there's so much to talk about in the NFL, and I know I said I wouldn't talk about this team again very much. But I kind of have to, because when there's a change of quarterback news for any team in the NFL, it's significant. Mm-hmm. My Jets. And the reason why I'm also bringing this up is we've got Mike Tannenbaum, or as Francesa referred to him in Tannenbaum's tenure from 2001 to 2012 as his grocery shopper for the Jets. Mr. T's coming here. Okay,
pay the fool.
Yeah, well. So at any rate, the Jets, as I said, with the Mike White experience, the curtain falling on that Broadway production, one great show. And it's now, I said, Zach Wilson's turn to come back, because I'm seeing him working out, and who the hell knows? It looks like he's pretty spry. Also, these young kids, they come back fast. They spring back fast. And again, he looks like he needs to be carded to come into the stadium. And I thought, okay, here we go. Certainly when it's a big game against the Dolphins and it's Tua, let's go. But apparently he's not well enough to go. So it's Mike White, right? I mean, it's Mike White. Let's get him as much experience as he possibly can. But he looked so damn bad. This is how bad it is.
How bad is it?
He looked so damn bad against the Bills. The Jets don't even want to run the risk of putting him out there against the Dolphins. And so it's Joe Flacco again. It's Joe Flacco again. And it is just one way to basically hammer home the point that it's another lost season for the New York Jets. To hammer it home. And I even, I reached out to my guy, Daniel Jeremiah, okay? Because he's tight with Joe Douglas, and he never tells me anything, by the way, because but he does know stuff, and he's like my shoulder to cry on.
Of course. For
the Jets. So I texted him. There it is up on the screen. Jets starting Joe Flacco over Mike White is absurd. And then I texted him, I can't believe I typed those words. His response is, saddest text I've ever received.
Cue the sad music.
Because again, it's like you're watching Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. It's not looking great.
Yeah.
But he's there.
Out there. Yeah.
He's out there.
He's out there.
Here comes San Francisco. And we just saw what San Francisco did to Matthew Stafford. It's potentially going to look ugly, but he's got to go through it, because that's the lumps you got to take. But at least they're taking them. Yeah. Justin Fields is now taking his lumps, and the Huggies dropped on Monday Night Football against the Steelers. We'll see what happens against the Ravens this week. That'll be a tough one, but guess what? He's going to take the lumps. And Bears fans, it's tough for them to swallow, as they're currently, by the way, 15th out of 16 teams in the NFC right now. That's where the Bears sit. They're not even close to sniffing it right now, coming off of their bye. But he's taking his lumps. Yep. He's taking his lumps. Trey Lance, the 49ers draft him. They draft him, and he's sitting there, and he's watching. Now, what is the team doing while he's watching? Starting Jimmy G. Does it look pretty at times? No. It was 3-5 coming into their game this past week on Monday night against the Rams. But then Jimmy G started looking like the Super Bowl Jimmy G. They run it 40 times. That's the formula to win in San Francisco. They come up with it just when they need to have it, and Lance has seen all of it. So the 49ers still have a season. It's not lost. What are the Patriots doing with their rookie quarterback? Enough said. They're not looking anything like the other teams at all. At all. That I just mentioned. They're not taking lumps. What they're doing is they're giving out the lumps. They're a contender. They're a contender for the division. They're a contender for the conference. That's a fact when you look around at how everyone else is playing, and the fact that they've got the Titans and the Bills twice on their schedule. They can handle their own business. They don't have to worry about anyone else. They can win their division, and then they can get a tiebreak on the team that's in front of them. And it's in front of every other division leader right now. And anybody else who doesn't think the Patriots are a contender in this league is just denying what they're seeing because they don't want to believe it. That's a fact. But the Jets, what do they got? They got their left tackle, first round draft choice from last year, out since the first week of the season to protect the kid. who looked all sorts of horrible with the exception of one great moment against the Titans of all teams. That's remarkable, the 1 seed in the AFC. That's it. That's it. The other win comes from Mike White, who the rest of the fan base pours their hearts and souls and hopes into and feels totally stupid to the point where the coach then in the beginning of the week says, hey, everybody's trashing on Mike White for one bad performance. And then 2 days later, let's go with Flacco because Mike White might have a trouble with the cover zero. Here's what he had to say.
You know, Joe is just that veteran. One of the reasons why we went and got Joe is for the experience part of it, not only for the playing ability and but for the room, but also for situations just like this. You know, Miami's got a dynamic coverage system as it pertains to defense with zero and all the different coverages they run, and Joe's kind of been there, done that, and just kind of a steadying experience that we felt would put us in the best position to win.
Let me help this guy out. Let me help this guy out right here because I like Robert Saleh, and he's just another guy in a situation of I don't deserve this either. He's the latest New York Jet. It's like in the line of Jet people. Like, I didn't expect this. I didn't realize what I was up against here with the headwinds of the football gods constantly kicking me in the bofas. Go for it.
What were they really thinking?
Here's what Robert Saleh wanted to say today. Do you really think I want to start Joe Flacco? Are you guys crazy? Do you really think I came to the New York Jets and took this gig when I was a hot coach? Do you really think I took this gig because I wanted to acquire Joe Flacco and start him in Week 11 against the Miami Dolphins? Do you really think that I want to do this? Do you think I want to sit there and watch every team play a get-right game against us except for the Cincinnati Bengals because we did show that my system from LaFleur works, or at least it can work? You think I want to do this? I don't. I don't know what the hell's going on around here because it didn't happen anywhere else that I was. I don't want to do this. Do I want Mike White to throw 4 more interceptions against a division opponent that's playing a get-right game in our building? I don't. And Rex Ryan, shut up. Shut up, Rex. You inherited a 9-17 when you came here. You had DeBrickashaw Ferguson healthy. You got Nick Mangold to be your center. Alan Faneca is in the Hall of Fame. I don't see any Hall of Famers up front on my line right now. You had running backs. I got some running backs. I'm trying to build something here, and I don't need you piping in. I loved it. He said, you can come find me, Rex. It stinks. Another lost season, down a tube. So what? They beat the Miami Dolphins with Joe Flacco. I guess the best thing is they can look at the fan base, you know, the fireman Eds of the world spelling out the Jets, you know, doing their calisthenics, spelling out Jets. At least say, hey, at least we didn't get our brains beaten in for you to show up in New Jersey in the middle of another lost season. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about him that much more, but, I mean, they named Joe Flacco to starting quarterback for a second straight year, by the way. Joe's got some run. You can't say that about a lot of quarterbacks that have had starts in consecutive seasons for the Jets. The last two are Sam Darnold and Joe Flacco. Good job. Great stuff. Perfect timing for Mike Tannenbaum to join us. Perfect timing. Maybe he can help because I guess this is the Mr. T Bowl, right? Dolphins and the Jets. Here we go. And this doesn't make me feel any better, just in case anyone's wondering. It does not.
Sorry, bud.
But I know you guys like it.
Well,
I know you guys enjoy it.
it's fun.
You guys enjoy watching me spill it out, man.
I like unhinged, Eisen, but
I'm not unhinged.
Getting back to it, it's like I was hoping that your team would be good because I know how much you love football and I know how it sucks when your team isn't good.
Dude, it's gotten to the point where it's like, damn it, Mike White can't go. Like, literally. Like, what are the Jets doing? Not starting Mike White. At least get him some experience. Well, they tried it against the Bills and they got their brains beaten in. You want to do that again? Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.